If you have experienced doubt, fear, and other disempowering thoughts, and if you want more out of life and more out of your relationships, then you are going to want to watch today's show. Welcome to Woman2Woman Today, where we talk with inspiring women who are helping other women reach their goals and are changing traditional industries and roles in a very positive way. I'm your host, Jen Maceda, and today we're speaking with Anne Weiskopf, a life and career coach for women who want more. Before becoming a certified life coach, Anne had a long and rewarding career as an executive in the high-tech and ad-tech industries, with major success as a vice president of sales and business development of large media companies. She specializes in working with women who want more wow in their life. Career, relationships, transitions, and more. Thanks for being with us, Anne.
Well, thank you for having me.
I can't wait to hear about this wow. Who doesn't want wow in their life, right?
I don't know who doesn't want wow.
How did you come up with the process? Because honestly, it sounds like you have created this process that you take women through in order to find their wow.
Yes, so I spent, as you mentioned, I spent a career in sales and marketing, which I loved for the time that I did. We suffered a horrible tragedy in the summer of 2013. We lost our oldest son, Jacob, to suicide. He was the wow. And I stayed in corporate for a while, and then it just became clear that it wasn't my passion, and I knew that I was being guided in a way, and I was guided to look into becoming a life coach. I'm very passionate about women because I believe that women are amazing. We do everything for everybody, and we tend to put ourselves last. We take care of our children, we take care of aging parents, we do homework, we do everything, and we don't often, or often enough, go for what we want. Well, first of all, admit what it is that we want,
right,
and say it's okay for me to have this, because me having this is going to make everyone else in my sphere feel better and be better, and that's what the wow is.
You know, I feel like you have always felt this way about women. You've worked in, high energy industries for a long time, and then, as you said, this happened to your family. And what was and it's tragic, and I take a moment to just say condolences from all of us here.
Thank you.
It changed your life.
Yep.
You say he was the wow. What does that mean?
So the wow is just kind of bigger than life, like transcendent. It's an energy. It really is. Ooh, goosebumps.
Me too.
The colors are orange and purple and yellow.
Vibrant.
Vibrant. Yes. Yeah. And it's about possibilities, and it's big. It's really big. It is, and it's and there's some soft wows, but mainly wow is like wow. Yeah. In the coaching program that I went through, CTI coaching, one of the things that you do as part of the journey, and I do this with my clients as well in our discovery sessions, and that's creating a life purpose statement that's resonant for you. And my life purpose statement is, can I stand up?
Let's stay sitting, only because the camera's right on you. We won't be able to see your face.
Okay, my life purpose is, I am the spark that ignites the volcano of wow.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. Did you feel that before this tragedy started, or something just kind of jumped at you and grabbed you and said, now you need to do this, take this spark forward?
Yes, and I didn't really know anything about life coaching. So one of the impacts that it's had on me, because I was very much a believer in, I see this, I do this, right? It has really shifted me to a perspective of knowing that there's resources all around us, right? Some of people who are currently here or have been in the past, but there are angels.
that are speaking to us and,
Yes.
and influencing us in different ways. And it sounds also like you were receptive to this opportunity. You know, I mean, is it because you were living in that tragedy that it made you, or can people, you don't necessarily need to have a tragedy in your life to find something that you're missing?
Right. No, you absolutely not. And then oftentimes it's kind of the nagging of the little things, right? The little things that just add up to a big thing, but it's a feeling of just being just disconnected or just not feeling joyful. And particularly when you go through transitions, right? There's a time when you, as women, we're in childbearing, and then we have kids, and our lives are our kids. And then our kids go off and our parents get ill. And so we wind up doing so much for so many and putting ourselves last. And I think we should move ourselves up the line a little bit there.
Yeah, change our priority.
Change our priorities.
Structure just a little bit. Yeah, so the women that you work with, they come to you, one, because maybe they've been in a similar experience, but also because they know that you have that background and that you have the training in order to transition them to wow.
Yes, yes. I haven't, by the way, as of now, I have not had anyone yet who has lost a child. So they do come from a lot of, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And I think that the people that are drawn to me are just drawn to that type of energy.
Yes.
And so yes, and I love it. It's such rewarding work. One of the things about the CTI model, so one of the cornerstones, is this notion, which I fully believe, and that is that all people are naturally creative, resourceful, and whole. NCRW, which means they don't need me to solve their problems. They don't.
They can solve them
They
themselves.
can solve them, exactly.
Right.
And society often tells us that we need someone else to solve our problems or help us figure it out, but
Sure.
we don't.
A man.
Right, exactly.
And we don't.
And we don't. We certainly do not.
Well, when we come right back, we are going to be talking to Anne about a strategy that she's created that will help us shift our mindset and get us to the best selves that we can be. So stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back with Anne Weiskopf, life coach for women who want more wow in their lives.
I love the way you say that.
You taught me well.
Excellent, excellent.
But it just rolls off the tongue because, again, who doesn't want more wow in their lives, right? In everything. And what do women typically come to you for? Is it for career, for life goals? How do they present themselves to you?
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Finally! I asked an interesting one. No, just kidding. I'm kidding. There you go.
It wasn't that interesting.
Every now and again.
Oftentimes they will come having to do with career, and many of those times it turns out to be something that isn't just career, and I think part of it is it's easier to think about a change in career as being an issue as opposed to other parts of the lives which have far bigger consequences.
Right.
So there's that.
Like marriage, like...
Yes, kids,
all of that.
Yep.
And some of it is, potentially out of your control, so...
Well, exactly. There is that. And there are people that do want to shift a career. One of the things that I've been focusing on recently, and that is about leadership development. And in the way I am talking about leadership development, I'm talking about the leader within, like self-authority. It's something that I've personally worked on a lot in the last few years. And once you are able to really connect to that, like that core, everything else just becomes so much more simple.
falls into place.
It does. It's like
What is that center leadership core?
the leadership core. It's you know what it is. It's saying yes to the things you authentically want to say yes to,
Right.
and no to the things the authentically you don't want to say yes to.
You know what? That's funny because you have that blog, and I hope everybody goes and checks out the blog that's on your website. But how do you know that you are not passing up something that could change your career or your life? And you know, how do you find the authentic yes and the authentic no?
Well, I think you feel it, and the yes and the no can be just about boundaries, like creating boundaries for ourselves as a person. It can be a no to other people, but that's a big yes to ourselves.
That's a good way of looking at it.
I'm a former people pleaser. I mean, I like make people happy and make them laugh, but I don't need to.
Right.
I'm more interested in feeling, you know, connected and grounded with who I am, and I believe, and evidence suggests that women always so much for so many others.
Right.
And I think it starts because of societally, but we tend to put ourselves down and put ourselves in unempowering situations. Or when we hear feedback, we're much more likely to hear the negative than the positive or what wasn't said. So yes.
So we have to work doubly hard to eradicate those negative thoughts within our own mind. And I like how you said it. When you are saying no to someone else, you're saying yes to yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So tell us about this shift in mindset that you are creating with leaders, but with everybody that you're coaching.
Yes. So it actually started, I was in a really rotten mood one day, and I went out in my neighborhood, and I was just walking down the street, and I ran into my friend Maura. We're not great friends, but we're friendly. And she says to me, she's like, I was just thinking about you. And I'm like, really? She's like, I think you are awesome. And she gave me this big hug. And I was like so surprised and shocked, and it changed my entire morning.
I bet.
It changed my entire morning. And so I was like, I need to write a blog post about that. And which I didn't do, but the name of my blog post was going to be, don't just sit there, shift there. When the crap is piling up, sometimes you just need to take a big shift.
Oh, wow. That's clever.
Thank you. So, and I had it on my to-do, and then I started thinking about the word shift and about shifting and about creating a method, an easy method for anybody. I happen to work with women, but creating a method by which we can pick a perspective that is going to help us do something. So it could be picking a perspective to have a conversation with your boss about getting a raise, as an example. Or having a difficult conversation with your teenager, whatever it is. And I guess I would describe it a little bit like acting, because the perspective that you pick, you choose. So, for example, who is an actress, a novelist, someone that you admire? It could be a politician, an actress, to someone you look at and you're like, wow, I wish I had some of that energy.
I would say Oprah comes to mind.
I totally thought you were going to say that. Goosebumps. Okay, so yes, Oprah. All right, so what is it about Oprah for you?
Oh, everything. It's definitely the energy, but it's also the laser focus on the goals that she wants to achieve.
Yep.
And it's also the collaboration. She doesn't need to know it all. She will surround herself with experts or leaders or people with energy that matches hers, and can also bring a new set of eyes and experiences to her vision.
I love that. And well said.
I try to do that too. I mean, I grew up watching her. Who didn't? Right?
Exactly.
Well, a lot of people didn't, but
we don't care about those.
But I think that when you find somebody like that, you try to equate the goals that you want to achieve for yourself, not a talk show. Although that's kind of strange because that is
that's where she started.
But what I liked about it was she's got this platform that highlights everyone and very interesting guests and of course I want to highlight the amazing women that we have in our local community.
Yep. Yeah. So that's perfect. And the shift message. So the S stands for see it. So who is that? In that case, we know it's Oprah. And the next one is hear it. And it's really like hearing not just the voice of Oprah, but listening to your own heart about how you can use this perspective to get what it is that you want. And then you invite it in, right? You just say, Oprah, come on in and hang out here for a bit.
Yeah, I wish.
I know, right?
That'd be really cool.
That would be.
Let's invite her to the conference.
Yay!
That would be fun.
That would be great.
It would be.
Okay, yes.
You know what? Yep. We just sent it out to the universe.
Okay.
So we're inviting Oprah to the Metro West Conference for Women on September 19th and 20th. Please come, Oprah.
Please come. I agree. I concur. So, and then you just invite it in.
Yeah.
You invite it in, and so it can become a resonant part of yourself. And it's also really important to give yourself full permission, which you are doing, right? Some people say, like, what? But no, you have to, like, really believe it. You have to bring it in. You have to do full permission.
Is that the F then?
That's the F.
Full permission. Full permission. Hang on. Let's sit there for a minute. So full permission for you to go after that. Full permission for you to accept the yeses and the nos that will come your way.
Got it. So in this case, it would be full permission that I am going to embody Oprah for this period of time. Like, I'm going to go with that.
Nobody can step into Oprah's shoes. So please don't anybody think that I'm trying to be Oprah, because it's not possible.
Well, and you know what? But in this, what's wonderful about the shift method is like, you can try on who you want to try on when you do it.
Right.
And then you transform.
Right.
And then you could put it in your closet.
Yeah. And you're not trying to be that person.
No.
You're trying to take the best of that person, like we do throughout all of our lives.
Yes.
We take the best of our friends and our family and the people that we admire, and we try to emulate those types of
Absolutely. And what really kind of crystallized for me doing this is I have a client who's just awesome, and she was in a job that she didn't love, and she got laid off, and she had this interview that she was super excited about because it was something she really wanted to do. And I said, great. I said, what do you want to be coached on? Right? Client brings the agenda. And she's like, well, I want to be coached on like how I should be with this woman who I really want to work for. And I said, okay, so how are you going to address your current status? And she said, well, I was terminated from my company. And by the way, she's nothing like that. And I was like, yeah, that sounds what? and I said, how about something that might have like a little bit more light to it?
Yeah.
How about the company I've been working with for 10 years, we decided to give each other permission to separate.
I love that.
Isn't that fantastic?
That sounds like a divorce. I love that. That's perfect.
But you can feel the difference in the air.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes, right.
And then she did, in fact, choose a perspective for the call with the woman that she wanted to work with, and it went really well.
Oh, good. There you go.
So
using shift. Wait, what's the T? Did I miss the T?
You can never miss the T.
Okay.
And then you transform.
Transform.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Shift. Okay.
Shift.
I love that. That and you can use that in anything. Take a perspective.
Yep.
Embrace it.
Yep.
Embody it.
Yep.
Give yourself the forgiveness to. No, what's the F?
Full permission.
Full permission.
And there's also, and I'm not going to say this on TV, but if you look at shift, if you don't give yourself full permission, it turns to something.
I love it. That's a good way to remember it.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Good. Well, thanks for sharing shift with us today. Yeah. And thank you for sharing your personal path and journey to achieving that wow, because you're helping a lot of people through your transition. And recognizing that we all can make that transition and find that beautiful place to be the best person that we are. So I'm really honored that you sat with us today and joined us on the show.
Well, thank you. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. So thank you so much for having me.
It's been fun. So thank you again, Anne, for coming out and being part of our show. But please visit our She's Local blog post that we're going to have on our website, www.woman2woman.today. And please remember to follow, like, and subscribe to Woman2Woman Today on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube so you don't miss a show. Thanks to the entire team at Access Framingham, especially Shavarsh Morrissey. Thanks also to Jess Friswell, our assistant producer. I'm Jen Maceda, your host of Woman2Woman Today. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time, where we hope to inspire you.